At some point, many of us start believing it's too late to change, too late to begin again. Not because time ran out, but because we slowly stopped believing it was possible. I believed that too, and I was wrong. I'm sitting in my doctor's office. He's looking at my chart with an expression I've seen before. It's the look doctors get when they're about to deliver news wrapped in medical politeness. I'm Ronald. I'm 80 years old. Mr. Patterson, he says, for someone your age, these numbers are actually quite remarkable. He's talking about my blood pressure, my cholesterol, my energy levels. Then he asks me something that catches me off guard. What changed? Because 3 years ago, you were heading in a very different direction. That question takes me back 20 years, back to when I turned 60. Everyone kept talking about retirement, about slowing down, about the best years being behind me, and I believed them. For most of my life, I lived like I was following someone else's script. Work hard, save money, keep your head down, don't make waves. By 60, I had done everything I was supposed to do. I had the house, the pension plan, the retirement account. But I felt empty, hollow in a way I couldn't explain to anyone, including myself. My wife, Margaret, had passed 2 years earlier. The kids lived in different states. I worked at an insurance company for 37 years. On my last day, they gave me a plaque and a handshake. I went home to a quiet house and thought, now what? Society has this narrative about aging. After 60, you're supposed to wind down, take it easy, accept limitations. I bought into that story completely. I spent my first year of retirement watching television and feeling sorry for myself. I'd wake up around 9, read the newspaper, watch the news, maybe go to the grocery store. By evening, I was exhausted. From doing essentially nothing. My neighbor Frank would stop by occasionally. He was 72 and still working part-time at a hardware store. One afternoon, he asked me something that stuck. "Ronald," he said, "what did you always want to do but never had time for?" I couldn't answer him, not because I didn't know, but because I'd spent so many years pushing those thoughts away, telling myself they were impractical, unrealistic, too late. When I was younger, I loved working with wood. My grandfather taught me basic carpentry when I was 12. I made birdhouses, simple shelves. Then life got busy, career, family, responsibilities. I packed away my tools and forgot about that part of myself. Frank's question bothered me for weeks. One morning, I found myself in the garage, looking at those old tools covered in dust. Some of them were my grandfather's, handed down through decades. I picked up a small plane, felt its weight in my hands, and for the first time in months, something stirred. Not excitement, recognition. I started small, very small. I built a simple jewelry box for my daughter Sarah. Nothing elaborate, just something useful. I worked in the mornings, when my hands were steady and my mind was clear. The process surprised me. The focus pushed away the endless loop of regret and boredom. When I gave the box to Sarah, she cried. She said she had no idea I could make something so beautiful. Neither did I. That project changed something. Slowly, quietly. I started looking forward to my mornings. Over the next year, I built a bookshelf, then a coffee table. Neighbors started asking for help, not for the money, but because it felt good to be useful again. Around this time, I met Eleanor at the community center. She was volunteering at a woodworking class for teenagers. They needed help teaching. I told her I wasn't a teacher. She smiled and said, You know more than they do, and sometimes that's enough. Those classes became the highlight of my week, watching kids discover they could create something from nothing. Eleanor and I started spending time together, coffee, walks, conversations. I hadn't expected companionship again, but she brought perspective where I saw limits. We traveled, met people who started over at 50, 60, even 70. One of them told me, "You have less time to waste on doubt." Back home, I built a proper workshop, learned new techniques, shared what I made. My health improved, not because of supplements, but because of purpose, learning, connection. By 70, I was off most of my medication. My doctor was baffled. At 75, I taught my grandson Michael how to use a lathe. He was lost. I recognized it. We made bowls together. He found the courage to pursue photography. I'm 80 now. Eleanor is 77. My workshop is still full. I still wake up curious. People ask if I regret not starting earlier. I don't. Age isn't a limitation. It's experience. The question isn't whether it's too late. The question is whether you're willing to start. You might be surprised by your answer. Your age isn't a limitation. It's experience. Your stage of life isn't an ending. It's a beginning with wisdom attached. The question isn't whether it's too late. The question is whether you're willing to start. You might be surprised by your answer.